I made exactly 8 new static Facebook ad creatives in just under 5 seconds utilizing a brand new AI tool I just found. And my goal in this video is to walk you through exactly how I did it myself so that you can now replicate that and do so for your business. Now, this is going to work whether you're an e-commerce brand, a local business, a marketer, advertiser, info product brand, name it, you'll be able to follow along. So, if you're new to the channel, you don't even know who I am. My name is Justin Lalonde, and I'm the founder at fitadvertising.com, where on the one hand, we help businesses implement a scalable and AI-powered ad engine, and on the other, we grow e-com and info businesses to multi-7 figures with paid ads. With that said, we've profitably spent and advised over $15 million USD in ad spend in the last 12 months alone, and let's get straight into today's video. So, right now, you may or may not be familiar with this UI. This is Atria. So I've used Atria many times before on the channel, but this is one of their latest feature called creation. Okay, so before I even get into that, it's pretty simple. Okay, what it allows you now is anytime you're on the Discovery tab, any ad that you see that is a static ad, when you hover on top of it, you're going to see clone ad right here. Okay, so any single one of them, you can clone ad and use that as a reference point. But I'm going to get back to that in a second, because before you do that, what you first have to do is go to brands right here on the left-hand side. And from here, you're going to click on create a brand. Pretty simple. Honestly, you can just put in your website and it would automatically pull your messaging and branding colors and so on and so forth from here. And so I'll show you one of our clients that we just branded essentially with it. So we put in their website, we put in a quick description of what it is exactly that they do, who their target audience is, what industries do they primarily work in. Now, the brand colors right here are the fonts that they usually use. So again, it's going to be important. You'll see why in a second. The tone of voice and the copy they usually use, and just additional information about do's and don'ts, if you want, of the brand right here. So once you've made your brand profile, well, it's very simple. All you do is head back to Inspo. You find any ad that you like as a static ad. So again, you can take the time to scroll or search through a few different ads examples right here in the search bar at the top. But if I'm going to be scrolling down as an example for a little bit, and then I'll find one that I like. So as an example, I now simply formatted here to images only to make my search a little easier. I then went to industry right here and put apparel and accessories, which is the type of business I'm trying to replicate an ad for. And I found one that also has somewhat of a luxury vibe, similar to the vibe that the client for which I just did a branding for on Atria has. So what I want to do right there is click on clone ad. From there, it will tell me what brand do I want to make ads for. So I'm going to click on the brand profile I just made. Now, context right here, what product do you specifically want to make an ad for? You either can enter that manually or generate it here with a URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the URL because it will automatically pull in the product images from the URL. So again, what you could do is just simply go and upload your images manually. But I'm going to go over to my client's website right here. I'm going to head over to shop. I'm going to go on their product page right there. I am actually going to select that URL, come back here, paste in, hit generate, which is going to take a second or two usually to just come up and do the brief for it, as well as pull in the product images. And so from there, it automatically gave a name to the product. Now the ad objective, it automatically said sales. You could change that if ever you wanted to, by the way, but it will pull that from the ad reference that you have. It describes the product based on the information found on the landing page. Now, the target audience, tone of voice, this is automatically pulled from our branding guidelines that we have right here. Platform, Facebook. So this just pulled it from the reference ad we gave it, which came from a Facebook ad. So we could change that. Pretty interesting, right? Customer awareness level. Now, product or brand aware, which this is very true because a static ad usually like this is especially a fashion static ad where we have an offer called out straight on it. We're assuming the person already knows about clothing, already know they need clothing, and they're just waiting for the right time to buy from the brand that they like. So somebody who would buy the discount from Banana Republic would be someone who already knows of the brand and just is waiting for the right time to get their hands on the clothing right here. So market sophistication, stage 4 right here. Automatically, it pulled the product images from the website. Now, are those the right product images? In fact, there's a ton on that website, so I could have perhaps just deleted some of those and instead uploaded some more if I wanted to. Headline font, body font, same ones that we had from earlier in the branding guidelines that we gave it. Brand colors right here. Ratio for the ad I want to do, so either 2:3 or 1:1, which is really up to you. And now, once you're happy with this and the description, which you can tweak, by the way, to your liking, you can hit on generate image ads. And again, give it about 5 or so seconds. So if I'm going to go right here and I'm going to click on generate ads, it's going to say generation started. And then right here, it's going to start generating concepts for image ads, and give it a few seconds and you'll have about 8 variations of it. And here you go. Here are the 8 variations of static ads that we just got from Atria. Now, you could either be happy with those or, give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Like as an example, this first one right here, it has a random logo here at the bottom, which is not ours. So I'm going to hit dislike on this one, which I'm going to say right here, the product looks wrong and doesn't match, our brand style. So I'm going to go ahead and hit submit on this one. So I disliked it. Now, all the other ones, to be quite honest with you, are pretty much on brand, except I'd say this other one right here that we had at the bottom. So pretty much the same thing. The layout and composition, it says Georgia 700, which I don't know what it means, right? But everything else that we have is true, right? The 100% heirloom cashmere, handloom for life, which is totally true that we have right here. Modern heritage is part of the lingo that we use for the brand. Same thing right here, right? Made in the USA, shirt for life, which is, again, 100% true. Same thing right here, same thing there, same thing there. So it's like pretty much out of 8 ads that we had generated, we have 2, I would say, that aren't really up to standard. So we have 6 good ads that we made right here with literally no need for nothing else than just hitting a clone button that we had from an inspiration that we found. Now, you might be asking me, like, Justin, how did it really take into consideration the image that you initially gave it? Well, first and foremost, the colors and the overall vibe. The fact that, again, I took an image that had kind of this luxury aspect, which is definitely what we want right here. It's also pretty interesting how the guy that was on our website is very similar to the ones that are generated right here. So as an example, like this is the guy that we had on our website, and this essentially is what was generated for us. So I think it kept it pretty close enough, to be honest, to the type of man that we wanted to have integrated in this ad right here. And the shading against on this ad is very similar to the Banana Republic ad that we gave it as a controlled variable if you want for it to take inspo from. Now, if you're happy with any of those, you can, well, first of all, just open it up right here, see it like right there in like full format right here and download it, or you could adjust. So as an example, I could take this first one right here that I dislike, I could hit adjust, and then I could give another prompt right here to Atria in order to adjust stuff. So here, again, it just added a random logo in Brooks Brothers. It also, lifetime warranty is not really like written properly right here. So I could just ask it to do so. Or again, just purely delete this ad and the related concept right here. So there you go. Now it's no longer part of my generations. Same thing right here. I could come in, delete this one right there, and just hit done. And then any ad that I like, again, I could just like go ahead and hit download right here to have a full quality image downloaded on my computer. And honestly, here we're just scratching the surface of what's possible when integrating AI into your paid advertising process. If you want to learn about more ways to integrate AI, say in your video ads, in your market research, in your iterations, then check out the link in the description down below to join my Ad Engine one-on-one inner circle to have me, 1, personally review your paid ads, offers, and funnels, and 2, to implement our AI-powered systems into your paid advertising process. On that note, if you're an e-com brand owner or an info product business owner doing at least $100,000 a month with your business, check out the link in the description below to now book in a call with our agency side of things to have me and my team run your paid ads and scale you to multi-7 figures. And last but not least, I'll invite you to check out other videos on the channel for some more useful e-commerce and info product marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.